On January 15, 2024, the Winchester News website published an article about the Winchester parking ban. In the article, the Winchester Chief of Police explains that the purpose of the ban is to ensure cars don't have to be towed in the event of a snowstorm. But as we saw in the last video, cars were neither being towed nor ticketed while the plows were clearing the roads. And like in years past, the cars parked on the roads did not prevent the streets from getting plowed. And while the area snowfall in the last 2 years is the lowest in decades, the number of tickets issued for overnight parking is more than in the past 25 years. As the police chief admits, complaints seem to be the real reason for the increase. To check this theory, it was time for another drive around Winchester.
Morning is early morning, January 20th.
Back home, I plotted the locations of these vehicles on a map. Looking at the results, we can see that cars were found in almost all areas of Winchester. The main exceptions are this small area right here and this larger area over here. Next, I contacted the Winchester Town Hall to acquire official parking ticket data. Then I added the locations where parking tickets were handed out during the 2023 to 2024 winter season thus far. Initially, it appears that the areas where tickets have been passed out generally correspond to where cars are being parked overnight. But let's check out what happens when we overlay the parking ticket data onto the Winchester zoning map. Here we have a simplified version of the map. The yellow area shows where single-family houses are located, while the light blue area indicates locations where multifamily houses and apartment buildings can be found. Now let's add the locations where cars have been found parked on the streets. And finally, we add the tickets. Although everything might look good at first glance, if we look a little closer we can see that with the exception of these two clusters here and here, almost all tickets handed out are within the multifamily area. And notice that not a single ticket was handed out the entire season in any of these areas circled in red. And when we analyze the amount of tickets per location, a startling discovery is made. According to the town's official data, 62% of all tickets given to vehicles parked on side streets were handed out in a small area consisting of 3 blocks, while another 23% of tickets were handed out in this area here. And since the Winchester News article hinted that tickets are only handed out when neighbors complain, this implies that at least 63% of all tickets that were written to enforce the parking ban were a result of neighbor complaints.
Once again, 63%.
And so herein lies the problem. When you have a regulation that is rarely enforced because it is mostly unnecessary, it becomes a tool by which one neighbor can harass other residents in a localized area. And if we really care about our town, then we need to change this situation by finding solutions that work for everyone instead of outdated regulations that work for no one.